Well, how is everybody doing on this fine Sunday? Today is Father's Day, so I want to wish everybody all you fathers anyway, a happy Father's Day out there. And for those of you that are watching this in the future, it is Sunday, June 16th, 2024. It is just shy of 3 p.m. in the afternoon. And we are no-tilling corn into sod or into alfalfa fields that we chopped off here a couple of weeks ago. I did 3 fields already. I ended up filling with fertilizer here just a moment ago, and I figured that I wouldn't have any interruptions and that I would start up a live stream. We haven't done this yet from the seat of the planting tractor. So we're going to get unfolded here. This one field that I'm in is, I don't know how many acres it is, 32 acres maybe. We had applied manure to it, and we figured we were kind of behind and that we wouldn't bother with doing any tillage. We might as well go ahead and no-till it. So I have to make sure I've got everything going here. I've got my PTO on. We just had to fire up the solution pump for the fertilizer. So we've got our field already designated in the display. And what we're going to do is we're going to record a new boundary. We haven't planted corn in this field in 5 years. It was corn back in 19. Was it 19? It was 18. Corn in 18. Wheat planted after corn in 19, or the fall of 18. Harvested in 19. And then we seeded this down in the summer of 19. So we'll go ahead and get lined up here. Got to make sure everything is on. We can go ahead and drop this down. I've got recording started on my boundary pass. We'll get the unit down on the ground and then we'll fire up here. So I'll pull some comments up here. I don't know how well I'm going to be able to read those, but we'll try. And we'll get on it here. I know it's been several weeks, or actually it's been a couple of months. I don't know when the last time I did a live stream was. But at any rate, we're going to try to make the best of it here today. We're not supposed to get any rain here today. However, when I was filling up with fertilizer, I had the neighbor come out. He shot the baloney with me for a little bit of a minute. His cousin from the other side of the other field, he stopped in as well. While I was talking to them gentlemen, it looked like the sky was getting dark off to the west. But we're in good standing here. Not supposed to get any rain. Not today. We do have about 120 acres around home to do as well. That'll all be conventional till. We did about 120 acres of no-till already. However, that ground, that did not have any manure on it. We started chopping, that'd be 3 weeks ago, this coming Tuesday or Wednesday. So this has been down for a little while. They were able to get it covered with manure. They top spread all of the manure onto this ground here, and I could turn you guys around. Let me turn you guys around so you can see what's going on up in front of us here. The one thing about putting the manure down, it kind of kept the hay from regrowing here. But where we had no-tilled already, that has been sprayed. That has, of course, all been killed off. You can see we've got remnants of the manure as it has dried, and it has made it a nice ground to plant into. I would not want to plant into wet manure. So we can turn you guys back this way. I didn't have the camera on widescreen here at all, but we can kind of change them cameras around a little bit. This one camera that you're seeing this view on is actually my cell phone, and we're running this YouTube live stream from the Switcher Go app, which is actually being transmitted from my iPad. We do have another iPhone that we can use as a camera as well, but the stabilization on the old iPhone 8 isn't all that great. I had to get a new cell phone here back. I actually got it on Memorial Day. I had fertilizer get into the earpiece speaker. It ruined that, and that was an iPhone 12, which I had from November of 2020. So that phone lasted a good little bit of a whirl. So we'll try to read some of these comments. John Deere operations, why my hydraulic oil smell a little bit burnt. Somebody's talking about John Deere hydraulic oil or something. I can't really read that. I'll have to put my readers on, and I'll have to keep the right-hand side of the planter out of the dingweeds here as well. I have a John Deere question. Why my hydraulic oil smell burnt? Is it normal? Well, if it smells burnt, do you have a hydraulic pump that is getting tired? You'll have to research that a little bit to see and make sure that you don't have something that's heating that oil up. You could have an implement that's doing it as well. Do you have an orbit motor or a hydraulic motor on a piece of equipment that is possibly running hotter than what it should run at? Yes, we are supposed to. I'm trying to read some questions here. We're supposed to get 90-degree temperatures here this week. We have like 25 acres of hay, first cutting hay left to chop, and we're going to finish that here tomorrow. We covered the main bunk, the big bunk here on Friday, and then we of course started going into another bunk, and we probably could have pushed the envelope here a little bit last night and got that last 25 acres done, but it wasn't cut yet, and I figured that we would have somewhat of an earlier night than what these nights have been like for the past 6 or 8 weeks here. So we've got a little bit of a wet hole here that we're planting around. Boy, the small manure flies are really coming up out of the ground right there. I don't know if you guys can see them or not here, but yeah. So somebody's still using an iPhone 11. That's good. So we'll be able to get that hay cleaned up here tomorrow, which will be nice. We had some rain that kind of kept us at bay here to get the last of the hay done, and then it kind of delayed us a little bit from planting the rest of this corn. There was quite a few days that we had a team working on manure and a team chopping hay. So we lost a few days with the rain, and we don't mind having some later planted corn so that we can assure that we're going to have green silage to chop towards the last end of the harvest season. As far as tilling this up, the trouble that we see with tilling up sod is all the root balls from the alfalfa. It kind of creates a little bit of a problem with how we fit the ground. It takes a little bit extra to fit the ground up, makes it a little rougher. And we figured we would just go ahead and till or plant right into the sod. It is going in, the planter's going in the ground really well. It's covering very good. And I feel that without having the corn planter go over this rougher ground from the root balls, from the sod getting plowed up. Now, what I just realized is I don't have my microphone turned up enough. Can everybody hear me good enough? I just changed that, so that'll increase the volume a little bit if I was coming in a little soft. I should come in a little more louder. All right, meow. Maybe we can have some critics critique the job we're doing as far as no-tilling. I don't know if I've got any no-till experts in the background here, but maybe you can tell me what I'm doing, what I'm doing right or what I'm doing wrong. This planter is working, or has worked all season. Just absolutely awesome. The pneumatic closing wheels are a great feature. I got into one of them other fields where the manure spreader had driven across the ground, and I figured, you know what, the ground's a little hard. Let's increase the closing wheel pressure so that we're sure to close up the seed trench, being that the ground is a little harder. As far as the hydraulic downforce, we can increase that on the fly as well, but it looks like from the tractor seat here that it is riding nice and tight to the ground. I have put a little more fertilizer in the wing tanks, a little more than I usually put in there. I've got about 160 or 80 gallons in there. We run usually right around 100. I'll have to fill them a little more frequently here. But if I can get my headlands done, get into the middle of the lot, I shouldn't be dealing with the harder compacted ground. Who does the spraying of the fields? Auburn Ag does our spraying. So they'll come in here maybe tomorrow or Tuesday. They've got some conventionally planted ground that they need to spray for us yet here. Some stuff that I planted here on, I think it was Friday morning. And then, of course, they'll be able to come in and they'll have to use a different program on this field here, or these three. There's actually 3 fields right here. So I'm going to go into my display here. So I'm going to record a straight track at the same time. as I'm going down the straighter part of the field here. So I'm changing my display to get ready for that. You can record a guidance track while you're doing your boundary track. You can do that at the same time. We'll press A for the start of this straight track. I'll try to keep this planter out of the dingweeds, but right now we're planting up through alongside the old trolley tracks. Now, if you recall, back when we had wheat planted on this field, we're almost up to the area now. I hit it was like a guide wire anchor that was in the ground. I hit it with the combine and I broke the cutter head on the combine. The actual flex part of the cutter head I broke on the combine. We had to kind of weld that back together. It was the actual flex plate. It wouldn't be the cutter bar. It was the flex plate that we broke. We welded it so that it would kind of keep it rigid enough so that we could finish planting or finish cutting wheat there that one summer. Then we came over with the, I don't know if it was the backhoe or if it was the mini excavator, and we dug like 3 of them out of the side of the field here. I was just combining along and I heard a hell of a bang, and I grabbed that damn thing by maybe a foot. If I was over just a foot further into the field, I would not have grabbed that damn thing. I planted right over the top of it, never even knew it was there. So we dug out 3 or 4 of them. So we're just about around this whole field. Once we finish our boundary track, we'll actually know how many acres it is. I could look it up in the old planting log. I forget how many this is. I want to say 32 or 35. I don't think it's anywhere near 40. But you can see we got quite a bit of manure covering right here in this particular spot. And this should yield pretty good. This is a 95-day BMR variety hybrid. So brown midrib. This will be cut for silage. And we'll probably be able to chop this right around the same time as the other corn is. There's another farm just down the road here from this one. I'm on Monroe Road for the locals, right across from the Tuscarora Golf Course. The Hudson Farm, we've got a 114-day corn planted on it, and we'll probably be able to harvest this right around the same time. If not, we come back when it's ready. So we're just about around the whole field. I grabbed one of them guide wire anchors right in this area right here. That was not a fun time. So once we get around the edge here, we'll hit finish on our boundary. We'll hit B on our guidance track. I've got a tree stump right to our side here. We're just coming to the edge of that. All right, we'll lift up, hit save, bang, bang. Now we'll go into our display, go into the guidance page, go into set track, new track, boundary fill, next, save. All right, now our second pass around the field, until we get into the corners, we'll be able to use auto steer. And I can read a few comments, and I can actually take a peek at the planter and make sure I don't have any bolts sheared off. for my fertilizer gauge wheels, because I have sheared a few of those. Make sure all my fertilizer hoses are pumping fertilizer the way they're supposed to. And make sure that we aren't dragging any stones behind us, which we shouldn't be picking up any stones with the closing wheels, because there's nothing on top of the ground here to grab with the closing wheels. So we've got a 90-degree corner here. The tractor will run and turn this corner. It's turning. I don't have any hands on the wheels, on the wheel. It's a swooping 90, and it has turned. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Yeah, it has turned itself around that wide 90. Now this other 90-degree corner that we got coming up in front of us up near the road, this one's a little tighter 90. So as soon as I get the front wheels of the tractor coming into row number 1 from my first pass, I'll lift the planter up, I'll turn clockwise, I'll turn to my right, swing the planter around, and then we will put the planter back down again. Make sure we don't hit any power poles. Planter has maintained itself or stayed inside the actual perimeter of the field. Hit auto steer again, going across this headland. We're coming into another 90. Same thing. Pick up, turn around. Got a little more of a safe edge to this field here. Just got some swamp grass and what have you, but at least the left side of the planter's not going to be coming up against a power pole. I'll get the planter back down into planted ground, and as it comes into non-planted ground, it'll go ahead and turn itself on. So there we are, right out and about. We can turn you guys back here. There. Texas Grazer is here, is he? Bush. Yeah, we're drinking a little Bush today. No, actually Miller Lite. Miller Lite today. Let's see. Someone hasn't seen Sarge around. Sarge is still working for us. He actually got married last weekend. So last weekend, he had his wedding. And the weekend before was his bachelor party. Somebody opened a can at the same time. The damn names that where the name is written on my comments here, that's in red, and I can't read the name all that great. So, for those of you that are just tuning in, I want to wish everybody a happy Father's Day, or those of you that are fathers or aren't sure you're fathers yet or not. But we're just going to keep her lit here for a little while, and we'll keep on with it. I don't know, how many people do we have tuned in here? I probably could pull comments up on this other iPhone here. Man, let's see here. See how many. Oops. Just went around that corner. Let's see here. Yeah. I don't know how many. Missing. Oh, that's Texas Grazer. Let's see here. I don't know why that doesn't come up. I don't know. Oh well. I don't even know if we're even still live here. But at any rate, are you planting beans? No, we don't plant any beans. See, we got Oklahoma. We got 378 people in here. How many acres of each crop do you guys do? Well, we do a few of that and a few of this, and yeah, that's how many we do. How many do you think we do? Oh, there'll be just shy of a few thousand acres of corn, and we do a couple thousand of hay, and half a thousand of wheat, and that's what we do. But some will say it's not enough. Others will say it's too much. So, oh boy. Oh, it'd be nice once we get these headlands done, then we can start going back and forth here. Sarah and Sarah's chisel plowing today. Alex is disking. Andrew, he was washing up his merger, getting ready to roll into the last day of it tomorrow, and I think Sarah's boyfriend was picking stone. So I don't know if he's got that project done yet or not. But once we get this field planted, we'll be towards home and we'll be back into conventionally tilled ground here. Let's see, we got somebody from Virginia. But live sounds good. Okay. No-till corn planting. Yep, that's what we're doing. We're no-tilling. Let's see. We answered that question a little while ago. We got about 120 acres after this field here left to plant. But that's all in conventionally tilled ground. And one might say, gee, why are you so far behind? Well, we're not. We're not really. We like a little bit of corn planted later so that we can make sure that we have green silage to put on top of the bunk. Now this is a BMR variety. We described that earlier, or talked about that earlier. This is a 95-day variety. I've got a 96-day conventional corn that we're going to plant after this. And Friday, I was planting corn that was 113 day. So that was on Friday, the 14th of June. So, how do we balance what we plant versus what the cows eat? Well, most generally, we try to mimic the year before. So we go off of what the cows ate the year before, and we always want to have a couple months worth of carryover. And depending on how much carryover we have from the year before determines how many tons we're going to need for the following year. So we do a little bit of grain corn, and then we just pull those silage numbers from our grain corn. So if we need more silage corn, we take it from the grain corn. But most of the corn that we plant is dual purpose. It'll produce decent silage. The varieties that aren't BMR do a pretty good job either being harvested off as grain and or silage. So that's how we balance that out. Eventually, until we get more land, eventually we won't be doing any grain corn. We'll end up chopping all of it. Just got by that posted sign. Auto steering, yeah. So I don't know if you guys seen that. No, you wouldn't have seen that in the. You guys need to be moved just a little bit. There, you get the whole planter in view that way. Oh, we're off a little bit. Oh, kind of a nice wide screen on this new phone. It gets the frickin' silage. What a waste. Feeding cows in places they shouldn't be. Okay. Do you know that you can make more money selling corn as silage rather than grain? But I don't know what is meant by that person's comment. Freaking silage. What a waste. Feeding cows in places they shouldn't be. Oh, okay. Live chat reaching Wales. Well, no kidding. Usually we do the live streams a little later on, 5, 6 o'clock my time, 3, 4 hours from now. And with doing them here a little bit earlier, it does reach the crowd that's overseas that's still awake. But you got to remember, them people are, 6 hours ahead of us, at least. So, for whatever reason, I don't know why it won't, I can't get the, snow pants. Yeah. Oh, well. Somebody trying to rile up the stream here a little bit, but that's all right. I can see through the ignorance, so it doesn't matter. If you want to waste your time typing stuff out, that's fine. All right. Oh, well. Containers with the rotary parts show up yet? Yeah, some of the parts for the Parlor are already here there. Texas Grazer, right? Yeah, some of the parts are already there. There's a whole slew of parts for the actual rotary Parlor itself. Yeah, Snow Pants is a wannabe farmer. But, oh well. He's probably not even a farmer. He's just trying to get some name recognition here. Let's see. In Germany, they're also late. Let's see. We got Nova Scotia. Probably do make more money with silage if I farm like this. Yeah, probably. I wouldn't know what to do if we were growing grain. But, oh well. Oh boy. Oh well. Oh well. The difference between who we grow our corn for and if you're a farmer who you grow corn for, we actually get more money. Our customer, our end user, will pay a little more. 923 in the Netherlands. And then we've got somebody from Hungary. Yeah, be careful I don't hook something on the edge of the field. That's true. Got to keep an eye on the edge of the planter, the edge of the field as the planters walking off the edge of the field. But I don't know, a couple videos ago, I was explaining no-till versus tilled ground and just different comments I got. Everybody was kind of wondering, hey, don't pay no attention to those comments. No comments ever bother me. It just gives me a topic to bring up and or discuss from time to time. So, um, the comments do not bother me at all. Sometimes it gives a topic for discussion. Coming up to 8:30 here in Wales. Yes, the parlor that we're putting in is a Bomatic parlor. That's the same kind of parlor that our older parlor is as well. So we've had good luck with them. And yeah. So somebody else is asking what brand. But that's not the same person. Yeah. Wheat for straw. 9.25 in Sweden. So we've got quite a few people on the other side of the pond that are able to tune in here. And these live streams obviously turn into a regular video that people can watch down the road. And that's my wife calling. Let me answer that. Hello? I don't know. We're planting over here, and I gotta at least get this done. So I'll be done with this about, I don't know, 5:30. Alright. Oh, you can bring me dinner. That's alright. I'll eat at home. Alright? Yeah. Alright, we'll see ya. Yeah, bye. Alright, so we'll put that guy back in there. Can't believe it. She interrupted our live stream. I don't even know if we're still live. But Luke Smith with a super chat. Thank you. Do you have enough cows to milk 24 hours a day? Day in, day out. We have, right now it takes us 24 hours a day to milk all the cows we have. Once we get the new parlor going, we'll be able to cut that time down significantly. Yeah. But, yeah. So, that's that anyways. I've got some beverage here. No, I don't ever get, I'm not sure if I ever even get negative comments. If anybody wants to leave a negative comment, I just leave it there for them. Sometimes I'm 3-4 days behind, and they get left right there. So, do you have enough cows to milk a deal of ale? Yeah, so we got a super chat, we got Australia, yeah. Well, we got Steve is in the house. How is Steve doing? Are you out on the road, or are you at home, Steve? Somebody's asking how I like the new planter. I love it. Originally, I was thinking we probably should have got a 24-row planter, but this 16 has been working really well, and yeah. So we've made our way all the way around the field. Now we're going to change our guidance track to a straight track. We'll go ahead and start going back and forth. last year in this particular field, I sharpened the knives on the chopper when I went to chop hay. Let me get this squared up here good enough. You guys can see right in behind us here. I sharpened the knives on the chopper in the field that's next door. And it was, I think it was second cut. Pretty sure it was second cut. And I'm chopping along, and geez, I could smell something burning. Like, what the heck is that? Well, I see it was, some stuff was burning down on the right-hand side of the feed rolls. So I pawed it out, went back to chopping. Geez, I smelled something burning again. It was either Alex or Sarah up alongside me. They could smell it too, so I stopped, pulled the head off. Same spot was burning again. I'm like, what the hell? So I pawed it out, went back to chopping. Geez, it was another pass down through the field. We could smell it again. So I said, well, we better get the head off. Took the head right off, ran over to, well, the guy's name is Fred, in that house in behind the planter, and his hose was right out next to his garden, and we ran over and grabbed his hose and started hosing the, well, actually it wasn't next to his garden, the hose was wrapped up on the side of his shed. So we ran over, grabbed his hose, pulled that over, and hosed the chopper down it. Burned off a couple of grease lines. I had to put actual grease zerks in a couple of the spots to get done with chopping until we had time to repair those grease lines. So the next cutting, he had the hose right out at the edge of the field in case we needed it. So it was pretty, yeah, pretty handy. Let's see. Any new machinery coming in? No, nothing right now. Yeah, nothing. We shouldn't have to fix anything today or have to fabricate anything. Things should go real smooth. The Netherlands is watching. Do more piping slurry into the. Will I do more piping slurry into the future? You mean drag lining or just running manure down into our lagoon? We probably won't do much more drag lining until we get our own equipment to do that with. But okay, so this is 39 acres. It's actually 40 acres. Yeah. So this field is bigger than I thought. I don't think I got enough seed to finish this whole field. We get the Peter car fixed. We have not gotten the Peterbilt fixed. Are the discs working better than row cleaners? Well, we have row cleaners on this one and the other one. Our old setup on our old corn planter had the single wavy disc ahead of the disc openers. The one thing that I liked about the actual row cleaners, we're not doing no-till into a lot of trash or anything. But the one thing that I liked about the row cleaners that we've got on here was they would kind of sweep small stones and whatever out of the way. And it cut down on the amount of stones that we had getting caught in the closing wheels. Oh, yeah. Am I keeping the sodas cold today? Actually, I've got them on the floor. And, let's see, we're going down through this field here. I gotta show you guys something. I don't know if I showed you this before. But this cab here has the round vent things. We got a round vent thing here. We have these aren't too bad. I can drink this stuff warm anyway. So what we have is our vent, like so. We could shove our can. We got our can shoved in our vent, and we can put that right up in the roof. Make sure that clips into place, and we're good. And we have 4 of them, 2 in the front and 2 in the back. Depending on how quick you drink them, if I was to open a fresh can now, and by the time I drank that one down, and by the time I was ready to drink the next one, it would be cold enough. Therefore, you don't need a refrigerator in these tractors. But I think John Deere has changed their vents around in these new tractors. I don't think they make them vents anymore. There we go. ISX Cummins, you didn't have to go and do that. Wow, $49.99 super chat from Steve. Really appreciate it, Steve. Did Jared get the Mac fixed? The Mac is not going yet. He's waiting on the engine from the block in the head from the machine shop. The machine shop that has done some of our other machine work, they haven't gotten that stuff back to him yet. Do I have any plans to build any silage boxes this year? I'm not sure if I'm gonna build one this summer or not. We kind of thought maybe we would after we got done with corn and hay and everything else, but I'm not sure. I've got a couple other projects that I need to get done. I wanted to paint that 4620. I'm not sure if that's going to happen. We've got Farm and Some Bitches show in Labor Day weekend that I'd like to have that tractor painted up for. I didn't get a chance to get that done here this winter. And I'd actually like to paint 4320 too, but I don't know if we're going to get that far or not. So, tastes great, less filling. Yeah. No vents in the roof on the 8R. I didn't seem to think so. The chopper has the same vents. However, I usually don't have this kind of a beverage in the chopper. So, they're kind of purposeless. I gotta wonder if the engineers from John Deere did that on purpose. I mean, it fits a 12-ounce can perfect. The tall boys, there's not enough roof height to the cab to get a tall boy in there. But the 12-ounce cans work perfectly. How's the new Freightliner? The new Freightliner has done really well. Alex hauled haylage, hauled a lot of first cut and haylage with that. We used that. I think there was only maybe 2 or 3 days that she was disking and or chisel plowing. So that worked out really well. However, the Peterbilt, that laid down. Yeah, this should grow some pretty good corn with the amount of nitrogen that is left over from the alfalfa slash sod. Then we also manured it, and it should yield really well. Even though it's planted a little late, June 16 is about a month later than the professionals plant crops, but it's going to pop up out of the ground. It'll be up out of the ground in 3-4 days, so it'll do good. Now we got somebody in here from Ireland. So we've got quite a few people in from overseas. What is our head count here anyways? I can't see an actual head count on this particular app that I'm using here. I imagine everybody's out and about doing outdoor type items today rather than listening to a live stream on YouTube's. But we'll keep her lit here for a little while. And got first cutting done. We've got about 25 acres left to do. We'll be done with that. I don't know if we'd be done by noon tomorrow or not. We got one bunk full. Covered that here Friday morning. And we went into another bunk here Friday afternoon. And the hay that we've got left is just grassy stuff. So we'll cut that here tomorrow and chop it right behind the haybine. We chopped a fair amount yesterday, right direct behind the haybine. So this is our last pass on this side of the field. I think I've got a little bit. Actually, I got a little bit left here. We're gonna jog fast like down this field, and we're gonna figure out if we've got another pass left down here on this side. Oh, 451. So we got boring content here with a channel that's got 112,000 subscribers. We should have more than 451 viewers here on a live stream. But we don't really produce the greatest of content. So that's why we don't get that many viewers. Well, let's see. Somebody. Oh, I don't know if I'm the hardest working guy you've ever seen, but, you know, I do appreciate that. Comment from a guy that farms in Illinois. Yeah, Illinois. Penn, New York. Wheat and soybeans. How is that project going? How many employees work on the farm? There's about 30. Somebody's going to buy a jug of Roundup and go crazy. Just don't drink it. Yeah, be sure you guys hit the thumbs up, by all means. I think I just jogged down through this field for nothing. I've got one little sliver. Yeah, I guess I should have been paying attention to my screen. Chilling in the AC. $25 inches of rain in the last 4 to 6 weeks. I can't believe that. 520 head count at the moment. Thank you. Filling up the 28 cart right now. There you go. Somebody's putting down some nitrogen. Yeah, that is for sure. I just drove down through the whole length of the field for no reason. Actually, I got one little sliver here. I could have got this on my other pass here. Oh well. It's what YouTube does every once in a while. Perfect content for the right people. 30 feet at a time, 1.8 miles an hour. Ouch. Ouch. That cuts down on productivity a little bit. 2 inches of rain in Wisconsin, is that right? Wow. I'm hoping we get some rain this week coming up at some point in time. With the amount of heat that we're due to get, or due to have this week, I'm pretty sure the thunderstorms are going to be on the high. So, yeah. Early morning in New Zealand. So in New Zealand, it's Monday already. So you're 12 hours. 12 hours are better than us ahead. From Nebraska. Well, thank you. Own a small trucking company. Good to hear that. How's the trucking been going? I'll have a cold one for you, whoever you are. I can't read the name all that well. But now this one's just about gone. I gotta pull the guy down. Sometimes you gotta spend the money to make the money. Just about done with this refreshment. I gotta pull my roof vent refreshment down, so we'll have to crack into that. Let me pull you guys out of your holder here. For those of you that are just tuning in, we put a guy up in the vent. Yeehaw. Very nice. Very nice. Make sure I put the vent back in there. Open this guy back up. Whoa. Pop the center out. I gotta put that back in there now. Oh, we gotta fix that vent now. Oh, 8:45 somewhere. In Ireland, and it's raining. Does it ever not rain in Ireland? Asking for a friend. Oh boy. Oh, I gotta get this vent back together. Yeah. Keep on trucking. 1047 and Sweden. Oh, what else is going on in the world of wackiness here today? Well, we get into our headland. We left out. We turn around, go back the other way. So, as you can see, we're just going round and round. What happened to the peat? So I don't know if we talked about it much or not. Not yet anyways, because I'm behind on the videos. But It was 2 weeks, I believe it was 2 weeks ago today. Bill was hauling with it, and he got, I don't know, halfway up a pretty good sized hill. It didn't want to shift down, and it locked up. And Jared had to, he actually took the 8360 down to relieve the pressure off the transmission, and the damn thing, it just was dead in the water. So, real pain in the ass. I gotta trying to get this vent back together, but things aren't working too awful well. Yeah, so we don't know if we've got something electronic going on with the clutch or what in the transmission or what have you. So we've got to send that damn thing back out to have it looked at, and we'll just kind of have to figure it out, I guess. I don't know. Pain in the ass. Pain in the ass. But it is what it is, right? So, yeah, I'm preoccupied with this damn vent. There it goes. There we go. There. More good. See, we got her all back together. Damn thing. So, yeah, that's what we're dealing with that damn thing. So we've had constant issues with that. We've probably put $30,000 into that truck since we've owned it in 21, so not quite 3 years. Have I ever visited? I've never been overseas. No, I have not. Deer had a better idea. Yes, they did. How's the new Parlor coming along? It's coming along decent. They are running a little bit ahead of schedule as far as what they anticipated getting done. So, yeah, Deer had a better idea. Richard from Montreal. Yeah, I just got to try to catch up on the comments here. Yeah, our 8300 cup holder under the seat. AC blows. Yeah, the cup holder under the seat. The only trouble with them 8200, 8300, 9200 is the actual cup holder it won't hold a can good. You need a ceramic coffee cup to put in the actual cup holder, and then you can put your 12-ounce can inside, drop it down in ceramic coffee cup. So we have a bit of a wet spot here, so we're going to go around it. I can keep the planter down. Probably should have just went right through it, right? You guys see the Walter? They got wet Walter. We'll just go around that guy, just like so. See that? Wow. Andy, why don't you fix that hole? Well, the hole was a lot bigger than that. So, you paid $5.59 for diesel. Where's that at? The Pete strikes again. Yeah, the Western Star is running good. Sarge runs that most of the time, except for when he's off on the weekend. Buy a Fendt tractor. Why would I want to buy a Fendt tractor? Any word of bird flu? No, haven't heard nothing of the bird flu. Better not let brother. Well, anybody could pick the wrong truck. You know, there's a twin Freightliner to that one that we bought, and I kind of thought maybe of buying that one too, but I don't know if maybe that one would be a lemon, so that one might have a problem. So Troy Bill, don't break the beer cooler. Yeah, I broke the vent, popped apart. The little louvers popped apart. It's important to have those louvers though, because you need to have the air stay circulating around that can. And it is what it is. So, yeah. Birdfoot, 17 days late. Yeah, we're 17 days late. Yeah, we're supposed to have this corn planted before the 1st of June, right? C15 and 3406E all the way. That's for sure. That's for sure, Steve. They are, you can't beat them series engines. You cannot beat them. Oh, my word. We've got a 3406E and a 2000 Kenworth W900, and that thing does really well. We've got a ISX Cummins and a 2005 C500 as well. Yeah, if you like the 12-ounce cans or the tall boys, the 16s, that you need a ceramic coffee cup, plops down in that perfectly, and you will not have anything spill from that configuration, if you will. John Deere got a little smarter in the next following years. We have to, of course, turn the headland on the end of the field here, but they provided 2 different cup holders. They gave you a 12-ounce can, one, and then they gave you the larger one. What fits nicely in there is these Contigo cups. They fit in that larger cup holder perfectly. Fit right down in there. And, your styrofoam coffee cups that you buy at the gas station, they are absolute garbage. You need to have one of these spill-proof cups. Got a nice trigger on the top. Will not spill out. Of course, it's empty now. But I hate it when the guys get in these tractors with an open container. That's open, but it's not spilling. And the coffee goes all over the place, especially in the older style Hot series and up to the 20s. That maybe even the 30s as well. That damn cup holder was garbage. Coffee cups would swoosh around and everything else. This won't be knee-high by the 4th of July here, but the corn that we've planted already that's in good shape. Father's doing good. Father's doing real good. Cummins N14. We've never had an N14 Cummins. I hear they're a pretty good engine. I don't have I didn't do any designs in the cornfields this year. That made so many people mad. Oh boy, how many members are involved in the farm operation? Yeah, my father's still active. I've got a couple of brothers. I've got 4 nephews, my niece, my kids. So there's a good number of us as far as actual family members. Let's see, 1 year and 17 days since the best live stream. I seen my brother-in-law this morning, and my nephew's building a house right in behind that same field, and he wanted to know if I was going to be planting that field today. The girls were, Sarah was chisel plowing it last night. Alex dissed down the cover crop the day before. He said, "Hey, you gonna plant that field for him? You gonna plant that field today?" I said, "I ain't gonna make it there today." He saw I was gonna bring you out a refreshment. So yeah, we didn't make it there today. It would have been nice to have gotten there today, but that did not work. We got to be getting low on corn here. We've got to be. Let's see here. I'm going to back my closing wheels down a little bit. They don't need to be that high. Yeah, there we go. All right. We're going around that Walter puddle that's in the field. Now we got somebody from Wisconsin. Wisconsin. So now we're into the longest part of the field. Yeah. So, what is the head count that we have in here right now? It's important that we keep up on the actual amount of people that participate in the old live streams here. You would think that we would get a few more than we regularly get, but I guess corn planting in the middle of June is we're going in circles here. I missed my guidance line. I missed it. There we are, right there. We're beyond it, aren't we? No. I gotta straighten back out. Back up a little bit here. Yeah. What brand of milking equipment are we using in the new Parlor? We talked about that a hot minute ago. The new Parlor is a Bomatic Parlor. That's what kind it is. The old Parlor is a Bomatic as well. 567. Nicaragua. Over 500. What's the word on the farm in Elbridge? That's my uncle's farm in Elbridge. Are we the biggest dairy farm in the area? No, I don't think so. Brandon Milk and Parlor, try Volvo or Scania trucks. Are they any good? Volvo or Scania? I don't know anything about them. 567 for the actual head count. I appreciate that. Hudson Valley. Thank you for the content. Well, we've got some locals. We've got some people. Well, we got Iowa. Someone from Iowa watching. So we do appreciate all of you stepping in here to say hello. We've been on the live stream for an hour and 15 minutes. And we're probably getting a little long in the tooth here. The rewatch, I get comments every once in a while that I hate live streams and whatever, and it's like, well, you know, you've gotta participate, I guess, when it's live. So I don't know, but at any rate, I think we're just about to the point where we're going to shut this down. So, once we get down to the end of the field, we are going to, I think we're going to cancel out of this live stream. How do you keep all your rented ground? Well, we just keep renting. That's how we keep it. Wytherville. I don't know where that is. How many acres in this field? We got right around 40 acres in this one particular field here. I have an air leak on my closing wheels. I don't know what that's all about. Sometimes when we change a setting, it kind of goofs it up until we get to the end of the field, lift up and recycle it. But they are pneumatically controlled. They're controlled by an air compressor that is on the planter. We are maybe a little ways from having to fill up with fertilizer here. We can kind of turn you guys around, but we've been at it for a little over an hour and 15 minutes. And we're going to shut this live stream down. I do appreciate everybody stopping in. We had a couple of super chats come in. I do appreciate that. I hope I didn't miss any of them. And I do want to thank everybody for joining in. How many gallons of diesel fuel do we use in a year? Did you watch today's video? That'll tell you. Alright, folks. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. And we will catch you at the next one. Take it easy.